Welcome back. This time, new project. We're getting low in the square body is the plan. So if you guys have ever thought about lowering your old square body, or yeah, heck, you just like lowered square bodies, check it out. It's gonna be a good one. Anyways, we got an 82 Chevy, or actually GMC square body. Same as, you know, 73 to 87, pretty well all the same, 1500 suspension. So yeah, if you got something that flavor, this video should pertain to you. Anyways, on the front, we're gonna do 3-inch drop spindles. Last time I checked, spindles were like 300 bucks, I guess. I don't know, maybe that's been a while. Maybe I'm just making up numbers in my head, I don't know. But anyways, $122 shipped to my door from eBay. It's kind of what inspired this video. That's cheap, that's real cheap. Anyways, so that's where we're starting. 3-inch drop spindles in the front. While we got the coils out, we'll probably knock one of those out at least. Drop her right down in the front, maybe 5-6 inches. I'm not for sure exactly where we're gonna go. And then in the rear, we're gonna just kind of build out our own kit. That's where I'm kind of thinking you guys might enjoy. Don't plan on spending any money. We're just gonna flip the rear axle. You know, do our own little C-notch, whatever. We got a broken brake line. And we've got a broken gas tank strap. So, I don't know, we might end up short boxing it too, you know what I mean? Because we're gonna have to pull the drive shaft and all that stuff too. We'll see what we get into. For right now, we're gonna get her wheeled on the hoist, peel off the wheels, start busting into them spindles. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. Thanks for watching, guys. Let's get into it. Like I said, eBay special, 122 bucks. Let's see, figure out which one's right and left. Looks pretty good to me though, quality wise. Heck yeah, look at that. That's pretty nice. Let's see. It's probably going to be passenger side. Looks like. Oh no. I was wrong. They got a R and an L on them though. I mean, come on. So, there we go. They look right though. It's kind of first things first. You always want to make sure parts are right before you dive in too deep. So, pretty simple. Sure, For the guys that haven't done this before, no big deal, pretty simple. To be honest, we're going to pull the tie rod off first, and then go ahead and probably remove the brakes. It's pretty simple on two-wheel drive. I just pop this cap off, pull the whole bearing, set up it all, pull the rotor or the caliper off, and then start pulling our ball joints. That's kind of when you gotta make sure you don't get the spring in the face. So we'll lower her down, get something underneath the lower, pull that one out. Anyways, yeah, we'll keep rolling. Alright, we got the brakes off. That was just basically a pair of pliers. I ended up using a 9mm metric to get the caliper off. A 3/8 fit, but it was just kind of tight with the rust. And then we got what, 15/16. Take out the tie rod and the upper control arm. Nuts are off completely, ready to go. I typically wouldn't advise that. Unless you just know, like I know I'm gonna have to smack this with a hammer to get it to come apart. Otherwise you'd want to leave that nut on there just a little bit. But, like I say, plan is whack that a few times, that'll come apart. You don't want to just do, I mean, I've done this enough times, I know that spring's not gonna come out and get me, but, you know, try this at your own risk, I guess. Because that kind of scares the guy sometimes, you know? There we go. Now, you just gotta, that there's, oh, the shock's still on. So that's gonna kind of hold her in there. That there's kind of a, you know, kind of a bomb. You don't really want it coming out at you. So you don't really like to play with that a whole lot. Other than that, we just got one more nut. And looks like our spindle will be off. That one wants me to work. Woo! You won the battle, but I won the war. One side down. I think we're gonna go ahead and pop that spring out while we're here though. Give her a couple more inches. But you can see that's how we get our lowering right there. So you can see that's kind of same as where it's going to mount, but your wheel's here on that one, wheel is up there on that one. So that's how they work. I'm going to pop that shock and spring out of there. We'll lower it a little bit. Catch the other side up. All right, got the shock off. Time for the spring to come out. There we go. Pull her out, cut her up. All right, spring's out. Just kind of determining how low does the guy want to go. I did a square body years ago, and I think I did 2 coils, and I remember it being way too much. So I think I'm just going to go right here, 1 coil, basically 1 coil. It should give us, I'm going to bet 2.5 inches on top of our 3. Should be good enough for me, I think. So that's what we're going to do. No turning back now. yeah, that ought to bring us down. Reinstall. Biggest deal with the reassembly here now is none of the cotter pins come out for me, so I'm gonna mess with getting those out, and then we'll go back together with it. Simple as that. Move on to the other side. All right, took me more time to get the cotter pins out than it did to do anything else. Basically, and a broke punch. Basically just hammer punch all of them out, whatever. They're all free now. So, good stuff now. You can start slapping together the rest of the suspension. You do want to make sure, we were just talking about cotter pins, make sure they're in a easy enough spot for you to put back in before you snug your old nut down. Something to think of. Got that one where I like it. All right, got the cotter pin lined up. Now, just need to do our top one here. That's for the tie rod. Okay, top one, I'm gonna kind of do the same thing. I'll throw the jack under it, push it back up, bolt it. Should go a lot easier being our spring's a lot shorter. And yeah, we're just going back together, same way we come apart. Pretty self-explanatory, guys. Sweet. That pretty well gets everything locked in, danger zone free. Get your spring all locked in there, so nothing's really gonna go anywhere now. Kind of pop it back together. Good to go. We're way lower now. I can just tell by looking at it, so that's sweet. Well, finally got this side all buttoned up. One thing I didn't catch on camera that I want to mention is I did have to manipulate this brake line here quite a bit. It was up into the spindle. So if we look at the other side real quick before we tear it apart, this brake line, tons of room in between here and the spindle. So lots and lots of room. Over here, not so much. So if you notice that with the lowering spindles, it brings it right up into everything. So yeah, I ended up just kind of having to bolt her up, twist it, you know, just kind of manipulate it until it fit around that. Got new cotter keys and everything. So this side, like I say, done. Let's go ahead and get a quick little look. You know what I mean? I'm gonna slip this wheel back on real quick, lower it down. I don't know about you guys, but I'm anxious to get the look. I got different wheel options, but for now, let's just get the before and after with what we had, you know? guys get the look before me. Oh man, I'm excited. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. We're way too high on this side. That means we're way too low on that side. Oh man. Oh. Come on now. Oh yes. Oh yeah, we still got room. Heck, we still got at least 2.5 inches to the wheel well. That's drivable all day long. I mean, with even that monster tire on there. So yeah, I know our future wheels and tires will definitely fit. That looks good. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I like that. Well, let's get the other side caught up. That looks sweet. Oh, let's measure it real quick. All right, we were 32 3/4 before. We are 28. Oh, let's see. I'd say 28.5. So we went down, what is that? That's like what, a little over 4 inches, huh? 28.5, yeah. 32, yeah, we'd be a little over 4 inches. So that's not bad. I was expecting to go down a little more than that. Is the hoist all the way down? Oh. Oh, it keeps getting better. We weren't down far enough. Oh yeah, there we go. Okay, now we're all the way down. Now what are we? Oh, yes, I got us another inch. 1.25 inches. Oh yeah, yeah, that's more what I was thinking. We're like 5 inches. Oh my gosh, that looks so good. I love it. Throw in a comment. Oh, we got tight there though. We're maybe a finger in there. So maybe we're a rub city if we kept these tires on. So a little smaller tire ain't gonna hurt nothing. That's all right. Let's get the other side up. Let's go. Just like that, that side's done. Well, I figured I'd throw a tire and wheel together real quick. Might as well give you a sneak peek now before we lower it down, really get the look. So, we got some 15.7 fully reversed, old school steel chromies. I think they're like Pontiac, Oldsmobile wheels. Somebody throw it down in the chat. I'm pretty sure that's what they are. Anyways, that's what we're running on the front, or that's what we're going to run all the way around. They're same dish all the way around, thin white wall. We're running a 215 75/15 on all 4 corners is the plan. I still got to mount them all up yet, but let's just lower it down and see how it looks. It's going to be just a touch shorter than our original tire, so should lower us just that much more. And I think it looks great. I think time that white wall's cleaned up, it's gonna go just for the lowrider look we're going for. Not going for the typical square body look, if you can tell. I like to be different. Anyhow, let's see how she looks laid on the ground. Oh, I'm excited. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's right up my alley. Oh yeah, we got tons of room in there. Hoist is well off of it this time. And I've got at least 1.5 inches in here. So happy with that. They're gonna clear good. Man, that looks, and it looks good. It looks really, really tough. Of course, we need to get the rear end lowered down now because the front ends, you know, our rake's really terrible, but those wheels look good. Let me know what you guys think. Really happy with it. Looks super good compared to, you know, stock, crappy, sweet. Oh yeah, that looks good. Thanks for watching thus far. Front's done. Do the back tomorrow. See you then. Scratch that. I was checking her out, you know, just giving her the look. I was thinking, man, suspension's awful rough. We shouldn't have got that stiff. Just cutting the springs. But yeah, we're on the bump stop. So she may come down a little lower yet. I don't know. I'm gonna cut them bump stops out real quick, and we're gonna see what that does us for the end of the night. Stay tuned. Well, see what happens now. I'm gonna leave you guys under there, and I'm gonna lower you down. See how much lower we go. Okay, we went down at least another, I don't know. Oh man, we crushed you guys. Oh no. We definitely went down, I'd say at least 1/2 inch. We're getting down there. We don't even got maybe 2.5 inches of ground clearance there, so I'd say that's probably as low as you statically, or as low as you want to static drop it. Looks good though. Let's get a quick measurement before we call her a night again. We were at 32, now we're at 25. We were clear up here, boys. Clear up here, 32 3/4, and we're down to 25. That's knocking her down. We're over 7 inches there, huh? Heck yeah, almost 8-inch drop. I'd say 7.5 safely. Man, that looks good. All right, see you guys tomorrow. All right, on to the rear. So got her hoisted up, jack stands, logs, cinder blocks, whatever. Get her raised up, get the wheels off, you know, get her ready to go. So it's really nice that we don't have the box on here. That's really makes it nice for showing you guys. Plan is we're just going to simply flip the rear end. Should get us about 6 or so inches. I think should kind of level us out hopefully. If we need to go more, we're going to put the rear end on top of the leaf springs. We could always put lift blocks or spacers or whatever, and it's easier to go lower once you're on top of the springs. But this is the most initial work. They make a kit, you know, so you don't have to cut any of this or none of that. It costs money. We're trying to do this for basically nothing. So you got to get the emergency brakes, shocks, brake line, drive shaft, all that good stuff. It's got to be unbolted, get it out of here. Luckily for us, the brake line needs replaced, so we're just going to snip. We can get right to that. Emergency brakes are not hooked up, snip, so we're not even going to worry about those. Yeah, so it should go along pretty quick. I'm going to get most of that stuff removed real quick. We are going to get the degree off the pinion angle real quick before we pull the rear end. So I'm going to go ahead and get that drive shaft out of the way, and we'll kind of get that stuff. I'm going to get a few things knocked off here real quick. Before we do that, I'll bring you back for that. And then we'll remove that rear axle and get her flipped, start building her C-notch, all that good stuff. So stick around. Thanks for watching. I'm going to set you up. We'll get this back lowered. All right, got her pretty well unhooked other than the U-bolts. So, yeah. See what our angle is here real quick before we get too excited. We are, let's say 7 degrees. Looks like to me. Yep. So that's what we're gonna shoot for on the other one. We'll go back together. Yep. Say about 7 degrees, so that's just something to mental note. I'm gonna go ahead and start working these. I started working these a little bit. Work them a little bit, oil them a little bit, work them a little bit, oil them, you know, keep on keeping on. Try to save on them. Get a jack underneath that rear end so it don't fall out on me. But yeah, hopefully save on them, get that rear end out, and we'll cut them pads off. And it's out. Use lots and lots and lots of oil everywhere. Got the U-bolts all out though. Didn't have to, yeah, saved them all. So that works. We're not gonna have to replace any of those. Next step is get the pads loose. So the factory just welds them right down the side. So I'm just gonna take the grinder and kind of cut in there at a little bit of a V and try to knock those loose. We just need to kind of flap disc that down, clean all this up, and we'll put those on the bottom side is the plan. So I'm going to get both those cut off, cleaned up. We'll go ahead and try to get it slipped back in the leaf springs. That's kind of the tough part. These are kind of heavy old rear ends, and you got to really get them up and in to get the drums in there. It might be kind of difficult. I may have to pull one side, you know, to get it in there. We'll see how that works out. We'll get to that later. But anyways, we're going to cut those out, get the rear end back in there, tack weld them back up, get our angle set, and then we'll start working on our C-notch. So moving on. Well, I got the pads cut off, cleaned up. Went ahead and dropped the front of the leaf springs just because the bolts come right out. Typically they want to stick in the leaf springs. These come right out. So I thought, why fight it? Make it easier, you know? So now it's just wrestle this little big girl in here and put it back together, I guess. And of course, the battery died. Anyways, got the leaf springs on there. You know, if you had got a friend to help you out, it would have made things a lot easier. Guy prying over here and a guy locating over here. The ratchet strap worked just fine, but would have made things, you know, 10 times faster had I had someone's help for just 30 seconds. You know what I mean? Anyways, you just got to do what you got to do. Anyways, the battery died, so we got the rear end centered, which is pretty simple because you can kind of just go where it was, you know, cut. It's pretty simple to center up, means you got marks there. And then we just had to get our angle figured out, which, you know, we were like 6-7 degrees, which stop moving around. That's pretty well, you know, right where we're at once it settles out there. But yeah, happy with that. So rear end is set, you know, I mean, it's just that simple. Yes, of course you need a welder, grinder, a few little things, but you know, you don't have to do it this way. This is just the cheap way. So I'm gonna flip the rear end over, gonna go ahead and finish weld this stuff, get all that done, and then we'll go ahead and throw our U-bolts back in, go ahead and bolt the rear end in, and it's kinda done. And then we'll work on our C-notch and keep moving forward. But yeah, everything should work out fine. Brake line, you know, I mean, if we wanted to do the drive shaft and stuff, we're, you know, stay tuned. Next episode, we're gonna do a little shortening. So we're not gonna mess with that yet, but yeah, we'll go ahead and worry about see what the shocks are gonna do, C-notch, all that stuff. So stick around, let's burn her in. Alright, rear end's in. Let's see how much it hits the frame, or how close it is. Slower her down now that it's bolted. We're not even hitting the bump stops. That's pretty good. I mean, we would, but we're not, so honestly, not much of a C-notch. If any, to be honest, we could probably just knock those bump stops off and roll with it, to be honest. So I mean, that's the, I don't know. Man, the lazy side of me don't want to notch it at all. Guess I better ponder on that for a minute. Wonder how them shocks line up. Let's think about that for a minute. Heck, I can barely get it to bump stop. Man, I could barely get it to bump stop, you know what I mean? Like, and that's, I mean, granted, that's no weight or nothing like that, but it's not like we lowered it. We're not gonna be towing with it that much. Ooh, the lazy side of me is working. I don't know, shocks. Shocks. Might be shocked how this works out. Let's see. And honestly, I am shocked how that worked out. That stock shock can work out just fine. It is. I did, guess it's been a while. I don't know that I guess I haven't done a square body flip like this. I did a couple OBS Chevys. You usually got to mess with the shocks on those. That's what was making me think that, but yeah, I mean, honestly, need a shorter shock. These shocks are junk anyways, just so they don't bottom out, but really, I don't know, got a couple inches there too, so. They make lowered shocks though. I'll probably just go ahead and get the right shock for the rear. I think we're just gonna knock those bump stops off though and just not even C-notch it. Man, I kind of built you guys up for that, but I really don't think we need to. Kind of a waste of time in my opinion, which makes it easier for you in the long run. Anyways, we're rambling now. I'm gonna get the air hammer out because that's the best thing to do on rivets, and these are riveted in. Air hammer, chisel those off, knock them off, and then we'll really get a look-see at how much clearance we got. Oh man, let me know what you guys think of that. That looks good, don't it? Honestly though, I think the rear needs to come down more, you know? I thought I was gonna cut it there and we were gonna be done. I don't know. We probably lowered it a little too much in the front. Probably shouldn't have cut the springs up front. Probably should have just went with the spindles, or it would have been fine. I think we're probably gonna have to throw a 205 on the front also, just so we're not rubbing all the time, you know? I wanna be able to drive it, not rub, you know? So, even with a lowered rig. So, we got about an inch and a half here now, but I can bounce it and get it to touch. These are also gonna have to come out a little bit with an alignment. So, things are just gonna get tighter is what I'm saying. So I think I'm just gonna go a touch smaller tire in the front, and we're gonna drop a couple more inches in the back. So we're definitely gonna have to C-notch it. That's why I'm, you know, showing you guys and we're talking about it, because we're definitely going to go back to the C-notch. So we're just going to pull that back apart. I need some U-bolts though. Bummer, I wasted all the time saving these, but we'll still save them for the next one. We get some new U-bolts, got some lowering blocks. We'll go ahead and move forward with that, drop her down another couple inches. I think that'll be just perfect. I think it'll really be just what it needs. If it's down just a little bit in the front with the tires and stuff, I don't mind that, just a little bit. Of course, we don't have the box on either, and that's gonna bring her down. So, yeah, looks good though. I'm happy with it, but I definitely think we're gonna go ahead and pull another couple inches out of the rear, and I don't think it's gonna hurt anything. So, yep, let's go. Oh yeah, that's what she needed. That looks good. It's a little tough to get the angle because we're here on the hoist, but she's pretty well leveled out. Just a touch high in the back. What do you think, Navi, huh? She looks pretty good, huh? Touch high in the back, but I think time the box gets on there, it's gonna level out just fine. I think the couple inches is exactly what it needed. Looks really, really, really good. Very happy with it. I'd say we're an honest, you know, 7 and 9 drop, I would say. We got just a little bit more with tires, but yeah, that's kind of where it majors out. So overall, you know, 3-inch drop spindles, we cut the springs, flipped it, threw in a couple, dropped 2-inch blocks. So yeah, happy with it. We could have went 3-inch if we wanted. We've got enough U-bolt, but I don't know. I just think this is probably enough. I think it looks good. I'm happy with it. And I think at this height, we really don't need to worry about C-notching it. I've got a good honest 4 fingers in there, you know, 3.5 inches. Granted, it's gonna come down a little bit with the box, but honestly, that's a lot of travel. And for that to bottom out against that, I mean, it's gonna have to hit, we're gonna have to hit a pretty good bump. And honestly, now that we got her slammed, we hit a bump like that, we're in a bigger predicament, you know what I mean? Like now we're gonna be choosing where we go. We're gonna be careful. She's a low rider, you know what I mean? So I don't think we're gonna be putting ourselves in that position. If we do, like, the worst case it's gonna do is just bottom out. And in the fronts, we took the bump stops off on the front anyways. It's gonna bottom out before the rear ever does, I would think. We're not gonna be pulling trailers. We're not gonna be hauling with this thing. I think it's gonna be just fine. Maybe I'm being lazy, whatever. Let me know, throw in a comment. If you guys really want to see me C-notch it, I mean, we could do it with the box on there. It's not that big of a deal, even if it is trouble later. You know, do what you guys want with your rig. I'm just trying to show you what I'm doing with mine. I'm enjoying it though. Had fun. We're honestly like, what, 400 bucks into this whole deal. Worst case, we got 120 in the front. We cut the springs, so it didn't cost us much. In the rear, we're 40 bucks in the U-bolts. That's all I'm in it. I had the blocks. If you had to buy blocks, you know, we're what, 40 bucks, so there's a few $100, and then we do have to buy shocks. That's where I'm getting the other 200 from. Shocks 200 bucks. Ugh, man, shocks used to be 20 bucks a piece. Now they're just 50, and it's just, there ain't no getting around it, you know? So a couple $100 in shocks. So like I say, total we're gonna be like 400 bucks and lower in this thing. That's pretty reasonable, you know what I mean? I'm happy with that. Thanks you guys for watching along. Like, share, subscribe, you know. Hey, if you guys are doing this to yours, drop in a picture, let me know. If you guys got any questions, hit me up. Let me say, it's my first one doing it. I've done a few OBS Chivys. They're a little bit different. This one I feel like was pretty easy. I mean, there wasn't really any major modifications. So if you're thinking about doing it, man, do it. It's a good weekend project. Like I say, make sure to follow us, because we're going to shorten her up next time. We're gonna cut this baby in half. Not for sure exactly what we're doing, but we're gonna do it, you know what I mean? We're gonna paint her up. Let me know what you do there. I've got some ideas, you know. What would you do? Would you keep the old grandpa wheels on her stock? You know, she don't look too bad. She's got that sick look. I mean, honestly, guy could drive her around like this and it just looks cool to me. Half finished, old school wheels. I mean, it's just a cool looking rig. I've got a different vision. I'd like to paint her up, have the chromies, thin whites. We're gonna have to get different tires for the front, kind of, you know, get some 205s on there. Anyways, gonna look pretty sweet, I think. Throw in your ideas though. Always open to opinions. Like, share, subscribe. See you guys on the next one. Like I say, nice little 7 and 9 drop. Thanks for watching. See ya.